Alright, hello! Oh no, okay, there we go. Here is my little thing with my little ditchling buddies. Actually, I think I am gonna, and by thing I mean camera filter, I'm gonna extend that so you get to see a little more of his face. Very important to see the horrible ditchling faces, you know. We can cut that one set off, it ends up looking a little... Alright. You still get to see his spindly little arms. Yes, the ditchling virtual background is very important. There is no bit of Scarlet Hollow that does not fit with ditchlings in the background. Alright. So this should be the fourth and final part of my Good Cousin run. And then next week I'm hoping to start on a series of, I basically plan to replay all of my previous runs since there was a bunch of new updates and stuff, to get the like sort of canon runs in time for Chapter 4 to come out. So I'm probably gonna start with my my Thembo, who I kept having to explain a Thembo as an NB Himbo, so I might actually just call it my NB Himbo run. Well, I haven't decided. But either way, you know, I'm gonna rename the character because when I wasn't sure if I was gonna do multiple runs at that point, so I called the character Pengu, but now it's like, that feels sort of weird when I have like, you know, at least three different runs, so I've decided I'm gonna rename that character to Quinn, and that's gonna stay powerful build hot. And I'm gonna redo Silent Max just because I heard there was new Mystic stuff. And he is talk to animals, mystic, and remain silent. As anyone who's seen that would know, but you know, in case anyone doesn't. And then I'm gonna wait until I've done the other two before I get back around to this, but I'm probably also gonna redo the Good Cousin run before I get to Chapter 4, because even though it's, I did this after the update, but because I really wanted to see the changes, and I knew they made the most changes to Powerful Build, I gave the character Powerful Build, but in retrospect, I really want this run to be Keen Eye Street Smarts, I think. So I will also rerun this one with basically all the same choices, but different skills, so it will come out differently. And then those will be my canon runs for Chapter 4, and hopefully onwards, as long as they have a massive update run again, but we'll see. I haven't decided if I want to actually just hide the old ones on my VOD channel. I think I won't, but I'll like make a playlist that's like old Scarlet Hollow runs and then canon Scarlet Hollow runs or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so... And I have played the, there's a Chapter 4 alpha out. It's so short, but I've played it. Technically I've only played it through the once, but... Oh, right, and then the other thing I wanted to do was to show, let's just pull them up on screen. I can just add a new thing. Yeah. Add image. Where's image? I made a bunch of my characters in the pit crew, which actually I'm gonna say check my Discord for that, because I'm like, I could pull it up, but I want to redo the one for this run. I do kind of like the idea of tossing in a photo, like, somewhere in the visual... Wow, I'm just losing my train of thought. But yeah, like because they made an official pick crew where you could kind of use the Scarlet Hollow art style to design your own protagonist. And so I did that, and I want to redo them a little bit, but like, I think it would be really cute if I pulled up a little image of my protagonist in the corner, like maybe just above my camera or something. But I don't like my one for this one, so I'll do it for my reruns. And that can be how they're recognizable too, so. Alright. Yeah, so I guess let's get started. And so this was picking up from right before the ghost part of chapter 3, I believe. And yeah, you can see I was playing on a different run. Rowan was the one I called this one. So yeah, I decided to stop before the ghost hunt because that seemed like a good second half of chapter 3. So we will be finishing chapter 3 on this run today. Alright. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. And look, it's some of our little friends, little ditchling buddies. Maybe Stella was right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. Powerful build. Your fists have gotten you this far. If there is something in there, you can take it. Keen eye. Before you enter, a pair of figures in the nearby bush catch your eye. You can't help but feel that with every passing day, the ditchlings grow bolder. Enter the library. I've been running into this error recently where it's kind of... I'm not sure if that's my computer having a problem, where the text overlaps here, but it's not a big deal. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Stella. Hey, Oscar! Are you back yet? Kanika. Shh! You can't yell in a library. It's against the rules. Stella. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Oscar. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Kanika. Yeah, it went okay. Stella. Reese wasn't feeling up for a longer hangout, unfortunately. Oscar. I'm sorry to hear that. Stella. It's okay, it just means we have more time to hunt ghosts. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Kanika. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug-out bag or something? Stella. Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Oscar. Excuse me? Stella. I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Avery. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Stella. Avery, glad you could make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Avery. Sure thing. Always happy to offer a hand or two. Kanika. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in there tonight. Avery. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered your bases. Kanika. Maybe I spoke too soon. Avery. You know me, Kanika. I'm as level-headed as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday, and the mine only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were there. I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Explorer option. Explorer Kenai, I've got a bad feeling about this. There were ditchlings in the bushes outside. Who knows how many more are lurking around here? Avery, are those the monsters you saw in the woods? Just once I'd like to actually see some of this stuff myself. Kanika, trust me, you don't. Stella, if Sybil's right, we're only going to see more of them as time goes on. We can't let them get in the way of things. Yeah, I'm gonna go with... I'm tempted to go with this whole town as one big supernatural death trap. Yeah, I might do that just because it's funny. Well... No, I'm gonna go with those mines were chock full of ghosts last night. Stella. After all my fruitless ghost hunts, I'd basically convinced myself that ghosts weren't real, but last night we saw some really convincing evidence. Especially those figures you mentioned. Stella. Continues. Though, I'm still 50-50 on whether they were cryptids or ghosts. Hopefully whatever happens tonight will help clear that up. Kanika. I can't wait to wander through Oscar's house for a few uneventful hours before getting Rosalina tucked into bed. I could use a nice quiet night after everything we went through. Avery. That'd be too bad. I was kind of hoping to see a ghost. Maybe it'll be a happy medium between no ghost and deadly spirits of vengeance. A Casper situation might be nice. Sorry to say, Avery, we definitely got a deadly spirit of vengeance. Yeah, semi-deadly, I guess. Oscar. I envy your pessimism here, but I suppose it won't be long until we get to the bottom of things. Zane. Yo! Don't rush off ghost busting without Zane! No way I was gonna forget your promise, Stella! Stella. Zane! Glad you could make it! Zane. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday. Where did that voice go? I have no idea. For the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. Oscar. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... Kanika. That's everyone. Stella. Wait, what about Tabby? Kanika. What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. Stella. I guess she can catch up to us once she gets here. Oscar. Well, if you're all urging to get this started, it's through the back. Follow me. You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house and the library. Oscar. Looks like the sun is almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Rosalina. Hey! You didn't think you'd be doing this without me, did you? Oscar. Rosalina? I thought you were at Alexis's place. Alexis. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. She's really convincing. Oh, hi Zane, what's up? Zane. Yo. Rosalina. You don't have to leave me out of stuff like this anymore, Dad. I'm not some fragile thing that needs protecting. I can handle seeing a ghost or whatever it is that's keeping us out of our house. Oscar. I really don't think you want to see what's in there, Rosalina. I don't know if you'd ever be able to feel safe in our house again if you knew it was there. Yeah, I'm gonna do the keen eye thing here. I mean, Zane's coming. It's not like tonight is an adults-only event. Zane. They've got a good point, Mr. G. Rosalina. Yeah, I don't want to be coddled just because you're scared. Alexis and I can handle this. Alexis. Yeah, we can totally handle this. Oscar. Silence. Okay, I'm sorry, Rosa. Just let me know if it gets to be too much and you want to leave, okay? Rosalina. Thanks, Dad. Now, let's get our house back. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Keen eye. Aside from the painting on the floor, this living room feels too normal, too human to be haunted. Oscar. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. Stella. None of my equipment is picking anything up around the picture. But I'll set up a camera just in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. I really think the ghost just doesn't like that painting. Oscar. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Tabitha. Seems I made it just in time. Let's get this show on the road. I don't have all night. Stella. Tabby! Kanika. Great, she's here. Stella. Wow, Rowan, you really brought the whole gang together today. Tabitha. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know? Kanika. Yeah, I know. We all know. Rowan, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? Yeah, no, straight up I'm going with, what? I like her. We're friends. Aha, Tabitha's little smirk. Yeah, okay, I probably lost some points with Kanika for that, but, like, the point here is to be friends with Tabby. I like her, we're friends. That's how I feel, particularly on this run. But also, I just love her satisfied smirk there. Kanika. Really? Tabitha. Yeah, so what? Like, it's weird to be friends with your cousin? Stella. Wow, Rowan, do you have any idea how hard it is to get these two in the same room? This is amazing. Kanika. Yeah, amazing. That's a word for it. Oscar. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. Oh, buddy, you don't know the half of it yet. Avery. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. Oscar. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Well, wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? Stella. It sure does. I definitely feel that. Avery. Same. I've got chills. Kanika. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple degrees cooler, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Zane. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Rosalina. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Oh, that's very good. The powerful build option here feels much more accurate for my NB Himbo run. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll ask. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? Rosalina. I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. Oscar. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Rosalina. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Alexis. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. I'm gonna go with, maybe it's just shy. Oscar. It's possible that it doesn't like crowds. It's only ever shown itself while I was alone. Tabitha. You're welcome then. We busted it just by showing up. I can't believe you were so weak that you were driven out of your house by a ghost that's too afraid to show itself. Rosalina. Dad, you said it usually comes out at night, right? I guess that means it still has time to show up. Alexis. I thought you weren't convinced any of this was real, Rosalina. Rosalina. If my dad believes in it this much, I'm gonna keep an open mind. Oscar. God, what if it is all just in my head? I'm not sure if that would be more of a relief or an embarrassment. Stella. I don't know, this cold spot is pretty solid evidence, though I won't be satisfied until we see a full-bodied apparition. Avery. Hey Oscar, if we wind up seeing this thing, how spooky is it gonna look? Scale of 1 to 10. Oscar. It's a 10. Definitely a 10. Avery. That's what I like to hear. Maybe we should all wander off on our own, or split up into smaller groups. Could raise our chances of seeing it. Stella. Oh, if that's the case, then I call dibs on Tabby. Aw. Tabitha. Fine, but Rowan is coming along too. The three of us can search the least dangerous room, like a bathroom or a closet. Kanika. No, absolutely not. I think we all know how that would go. Ghost or no, splitting up is always a recipe for disaster. Stella. Yeah, you're probably right. If we discover a ghost here, we should all discover it together. Kanika. That's not exactly the angle I was going for, but okay. Zane. Yo, once we find the ghost, how are we gonna get rid of it? Like, how does one bust such a thing? Stella. Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars for ectoplasm. And if worst comes to worst, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Alexis, aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? Tabitha, Ouija boards are toys. The only power they have is scaring kids at slumber parties. Avery, that sounds fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. Oscar, I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Rosalina, wow, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Oscar, okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again. Like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house. Though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Stella. Whoa. Oscar. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Tabitha. Yeesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Kanika. Have you seen your house? Tabitha. I don't see how that's relevant. Stella. Weird, I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Oscar. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count and it just keeps coming back. Rosalina. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Avery. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Stella. Oh, good idea. Tabitha. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. Kanika. You don't use bleach to clean a carpet, Tabitha. Tabitha. Whatever, how was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. Oscar. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? Oscar. In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of the carpet every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Tabitha. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? Kanika. I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Plus, Stella. Plus, there might be something written under there. In blood. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oscar. Oh dear. Kanika. You're doing the government a favor, really. Avery. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish-brown. Kenai. There's a broken seal around its edges. Whoever carpeted over this hatch didn't want anyone going down there. Alexis. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Rosalina. Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. I'm gonna go with the Kenai option here. There's a broken seal around its edges. Someone doesn't want us down there. Stella. Yeah, but how long ago was it sealed up? Whoever did this has got to be long gone, right? Oscar. There's no basement in this house. At least, we weren't told about a basement. Stella. And look, all the red stuff is coming up from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Avery. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Kanika. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through to the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. Oscar. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Tabitha and Kanika at the same time. Well, you tested it wrong. Tabitha and Kanika, both silence. Kanika. It can't be blood, right? Tabitha. Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor, and that's why it's so cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations, we've solved your ghost problem. Again. Stella. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. Rosalina. I'm with Stella. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Kanika. Have you considered that they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Zane. Uh-oh. Do you think flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. Stella. I'm going for it. And here we go. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. Tabitha. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? I'm gonna go with, okay, what the hell is going on? Tabitha. Maybe it's another gas pocket, or mold, or something shaken loose by the collapse yesterday. I don't know. This isn't exactly a normal occurrence for me. Now let's get the hell out of here before the bad air gives us brain damage. Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Tabitha. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there, is what I'm going with. Tabitha. Clearly, whatever was in that basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. Welp! Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Tabitha. This... Yeah, okay. Let's start with, Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. Tabitha. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having the same stroke at the same time? Alright, and next I'm gonna go with... Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. I assume that's talking about this guy over here. Tabitha. Ew. I am not going to pinch Tabitha to see if I'm dreaming. I am tempted to say, damn, Tabitha, what was in that cream soda? But that also seems mean. I don't want to do to this is so cool, because this is kind of more scary than cool. Sure, I'm gonna just be like, did we die? Tabitha. Don't be so dramatic. I think I'd know if we were dead. There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look... Wait, do you hear music? Uh-oh. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Tabitha. Stella? Stella. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Tabitha. Huh? I am gonna go with... Huh? You echo Tabitha's sentiment. Tabitha. Stella, it's us. Stella. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Tabitha. Edwardine? Eddie? You've got to gotta be kidding me. Stella, are you okay? You don't look so good right now. Tabitha, you're just pranking us, right? Stella, I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here, of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. I'm gonna go with, does it even matter what I say? Tabitha, it seems like she's got some kind of script. Maybe once it's done, she'll go back to normal. Kenai, a flash of pain in Stella's eyes tells you that she's keenly aware of everything that's happening right now. She is in agony. Stella, I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to the Western Front, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Tabitha, shut up. Shut up! Yeah, I'm gonna go with, how do we snap her out of this? Tabitha, I don't know, is there a bucket of water somewhere? Stella, you should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. I'll get you out of here, Stella, I promise. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Tabitha, come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. I'm gonna go with, we have to go after Stella. Tabitha, absolutely not. We are not being drawn deeper into this weird garden, greenhouse, whatever it is. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. I'm gonna let Tabitha drag me back to the house. Or at least try. You decide to go along with Tabitha as she rushes back to the annex. But instead of Oscar's living room, the two of you are met by a closed door, standing in the middle of the garden's greenery. Tabitha, where did the annex go? Let's try the door. Tabitha, but there can't be anything behind it, it's just standing there. You ignore her, walking forward and reaching for the doorknob. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Yep, and more ditchlings. Tabitha, are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Tabitha. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Tabitha. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Rosalina. Junior! Junior, pack your things! Quickly, hurry! Tabitha. Jesus! Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. Alexis. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. I'm gonna go with, let's see, Charlie, and now Junior. Tabitha. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they're the same person. Rosalina. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. Alexis. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Tabitha. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kenai here. The collapse. Junior leaving. Charlie returning. It's starting to come together. Tabitha. Great. Mystery solved. You can let us go now, Ghost. Rosalind. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Alexis. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. As for you, lady, what makes you think you're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? I'm gonna go with... I wonder how many of these rooms there are. Tabitha. Hopefully not many. Alexis. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. What makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you work in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Rosalina. Don't talk to my son like that! Alexis. Don't talk to me like that, woman! I call the shots. Now get out unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive jet dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. I'm just gonna continue listening. Rosalina. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. Alexis. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in an empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. Tabitha. We're in hell. We both died, and we're in hell. Are we supposed to be Charlie? Is Charlie the ghost? Tabitha. Your guess is as good as mine. Who did you call on the phone earlier? Tabitha. Friend of the family. Not that it matters, though. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. I'm gonna go with... There's so many ditchlings here. Tabitha. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were such a mess when you came back on Monday. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? Tabitha. We know that we can't leave, and we know that we're not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, at least, happened right after the Shaw mine collapsed in 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. You're right. There's only one way to get to the end of this. Shall we? Tabitha. Yeah, let's get this over with. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. Sorry. Hang on just one sec. I feel like this is a good transitionary point, and I'm just gonna pull something up. I'm gonna be right back real quick. Okay, I am back. You're outside, and it's night, a false moon looming massive in a painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and raw, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Tabitha. Ugh, what magic words do we have to say to get you to let us go? We're sorry, okay? Whatever our family did to piss you off so much, we're sorry. Kanika. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? I'm gonna focus on my friends. Kanika, I'll get you out of here, I promise. Tabitha. Don't waste your breath trying to talk to them. Kanika. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you wanted, isn't it? I'm gonna go with the keen eye option. It looks like there's more to this haunting other than the collapse. Tabitha. I don't think I want to know so much about some fling my great-grandmother had. This is definitely too much information. And it really has nothing to do with me. Kanika. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you are ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? Has there been some okay, I'm gonna go with the keen eye option. Has there been some kind of theme with the possessions? Like, who's playing what role? Tabitha. Stella was Edwardine. Rosalina seemed to be the guy's mom. Alexis was some angry townsperson, and Kanika is some nosy old lady? If there's a pattern here, I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna go with... Maybe it'll be clearer once we've seen the full ensemble. Tabitha. Yeah, maybe. Kanika. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the holler. Which pretty strongly implies, that confirms, I feel, that theory people have had about leaving the holler leads to misfortune. Kanika mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Kenai. The symbolism of these rooms could be helpful. I think I can parse some of it. The flies on the flowers could symbolize something that looks like it should be sweet, but is actually rotten. Do you know what some of this other stuff is? Tabitha. No, and I don't see how that helps us. It's obvious that no one should trust this lady. I mean, just listen to the way she talks. I don't need a fly-infested flower to tell me something is up with her. Kanika. That's where you'll find them. You meet her there, then read what I've written down. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Tabitha. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do until we get to the end. Or until we die, whichever. Before the two of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh, with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. Wayne. There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resonant clearly doesn't want me here. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? I'm gonna go with nope. Wait. You don't have to be afraid. Not of me, and not of the creature that's trapped you in this vision. Tabitha grabs your arm, her grip tight and nervous. Tabitha. Yes, you do. Wayne. What an unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, Rowan. Why can't you do as I ask and stay out of trouble? But that girl won't let you, will she? Stella? Is that her name? Perhaps I should pay her a visit soon, if she makes it out alive. Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Tabitha. Stella. So, Wayne is connected to the ditchlings. He knew something about them. Tabitha. I don't know anything about that, and I don't care to find out. But if that gets you to stop engaging him in conversation, then sure. He's connected to the ditchlings, and he's super evil and bad, and talking to him will curse you. Or whatever it is those things are supposed to do. Okay, so I know a lot of people have looked at that and thought that it means that Tabby was involved in Sam Wayne's death and or knows what happens to him. But it's made really clear in the scene where you hang out with her earlier in this chapter that she actually doesn't know what happened to him. And when I did play this through with Street Smarts, it was able to tell me that for sure that she wasn't lying. So I think she didn't know what happened to Wayne until she saw the current incarnation of Wayne. And even if she's not sure, she may even not be sure if that's actually Sam Wayne, but like, what I think is going on based on how she's reacting is that she doesn't necessarily look at him and go, oh, that's what happened to Wayne. She looks at him and goes, I know what that is. Like, whatever is wrong with him is familiar to her. Which would make sense, because it might be that there was a previous incarnation of Wayne. Because that plus what happens to Charlie at the end of this chapter has me kind of theorizing that maybe there's some kind of curse that involves having to kill the lovers of people, possibly specifically women from the Scarlet family, to make them into something else. Because, well, no, because Charlie wasn't made into something else. But, you know, there's something about everyone that, you know, Tabitha was pushed to stay away from everyone that she really cared about. Edwardine was, for some reason, compelled in some way to murder Charlie even though she loved him. Like, really unclear. Like, I just, you know, it's also just like, what the heck could have made Edwardine, like, why did Edwardine kill Charlie? But we'll come back to that, I guess. We'll find out someday. The two of you step out from the brush and into a long wooden corridor lined by bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. Oscar. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. So, Oscar is Charles Sr. Tabitha. Yeah, Charles Shaw Sr. We talked about him in the mines yesterday. Everyone in Scarlet Hollow knows about him. But they don't know about his son. Tabitha. No, they don't. This is honestly the first I'm hearing about the guy. Oscar. Damn it, Junior! How many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damned snake Enoch went behind my back. Tabitha. Oh, what bullshit! Is something on your mind? Tabitha. It was Charles Shaw's fault. That's just a fact. Okay, these are both good. Is this stuff is that a fact or just what you've been told? Or, you know what they say about history? It's written by the victors. Yeah, I think I actually am gonna go with that. You know what they say about history. It's written by the victors. And Charles Sr. was clearly not a victor. Tabitha. As if the Scarlets were any kind of victors themselves. The collapse hurt their reputation too, you know? It took years for the mine to recover. Oscar. You're right, I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no, I really like this option, so I'm going with it again. I'm guessing this request didn't really pan out. Tabitha. Yeah, I don't think we'd be here if it did. Oscar. Damn it, boy, I might not have till the morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back, at the very least to show that Enoch bastard what for. gonna stand in silence. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. Tabitha, this ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears through the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. And yeah, Tabitha looks shocked here, like something here is... I agree with the sentiment that there's something here about this that she knows a little bit more about than she's willing to let on. Avery. Climbing up the trellis again. How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy. You should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. I'm gonna go with the keen eye. Are the bars metaphorical, or are they real? Tabitha. You keep asking me things like I know any better than you do. We've both been seeing the same rooms. Oh, hello, Alexa. Many numbers. I can say the numbers if you'd prefer, but like, hello, nice to meet you. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you are familiar at all with this story, because if not, this is middle of the end of the latter half of chapter 3. No, middle of the latter half of chapter 3, yes, so. But yeah, welcome to my stream and my chat room. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with, you're the one who grew up here. I just thought you might recognize stuff. Tabitha. It's not like this is exactly what the real world looks like, is it? How am I supposed to recognize anything when it's all messed up like this? For all we know, none of this even happened. And even if any of this did happen, who's to say this is even close to an accurate interpretation? We're watching the memories of a dead man. Avery. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you. Like you, Charles Shaw. Oh, good. Nice meeting you too, and I know this story very well since I've played it longer than Steam can count. That's impressive. I have a ton of past runs, and I plan to have a ton of future runs. I also really love this game. I've not played it quite to the point that Steam can't recognize the hours anymore, but I do also really love this game. So, nice to meet a fellow fan. Oh man, I still want to know more about Avery's character here. Like, victim of the Scarlet's lies. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow! Like, so one of my theories on this is that it's kind of, like, there's a lot of stuff that feels Demon Deal-esque here. And I'm pretty sure that whatever Avery is, or whoever Avery is playing here in this little drama, is not human. Anyway. Hopefully this won't agitate Tabitha too much, because I do kind of like that. Tabitha, does our family have a history of locking folks up in some sort of rich people dungeon? Tabitha. What a ridiculous question. Of course not. I think I would know if our family had a history of imprisoning human beings in the estate. Is that a thing people actually do? Oh, Tabitha. Okay, that's fair. The word prisoner gives me the idea of a worker of the mines or someone that worked with the Scarlets. But, you know, whoever they were originally, like, I do feel like they were actually literally physically locked in here, which... You know, maybe it's someone who... There was something I was noticing earlier where Tabitha, like, we have established that she didn't know what happened to Sam Wayne, but she seemed to immediately recognize whatever Wayne is now. And so I'm wondering if rather than recognizing the person, she more recognized what he is as an entity. And whatever he is as an entity, I wonder if that's originally what they had locked inside the house, but now that the house is all busted up, whatever room that entity was locked in is no longer locked. So, just a theory. Like, definitely, I'm pretty sure that whatever Wayne is the other person that Dustin the Opossum thinks is living in the house. That's my theory, anyway. Anyway, Avery. A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now, it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Tabitha's eyes go wide. Fruit as in... Tabitha. Shh! Let it talk! I think this might be important. Avery. You know, you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. Yeah, like, this makes me think there's a literal, heavily locked door like this. The world around you swirls, and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with the keen eye. This is definitely supposed to be the estate, but I can't tell how much of this is real and how much is metaphor. Tabitha. Stop talking, we might miss something. Avery. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town, now. And I maintain my silence. Avery. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. That's true, but we also can't rule out the fact that monsters are being taken care of by the Scarlets in the past. Oh, right, Street Smart and Keen Eye when you listen into Sybil and Tabitha's convo in episode 3. Yeah, I've done that on a private run, not on a stream, but like, yeah, I have listened in on that conversation. Though, have you played the chapter 4 preview, at all yet? There's, through Black Tabby's, Patreon? Because I'm not sure it's a monster that she's keeping. There is a thing that you can find out in the very beginning, in the preview of Chapter 4 that's out. The alpha build, as it were. It's very short what's out so far, but I don't want to spoil it if you haven't, so. And I also perhaps shouldn't spoil it live on stream either, so. Anyway, Avery. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? Oh yeah, this is something that my friend, Tapawa Vulcan has commented on a lot, which I agree with. It's weird how everyone seems so hyper-focused on beaches as, like, the ideal resort location. Like, it's just weird. Like, it feels like it might be significant just because so many people talk about the beaches. And in fact, there's the beach again. A lot of people around these parts seem obsessed with the place. Tabitha. Silence. Avery. Ah, you've been talking to the witch, then. How very interesting. Stella. Stella, as Edwardine, that is. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Tabitha. Stella! Yeah. This is like being stuck in some sort of soap opera. Tabitha. Let's hope this one doesn't last 20 seasons. We have to be nearing the climax, right? Stella. How does it know that? Tabitha. This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Sadly, no, I didn't even know about that, and to me it kind of sounds like something Tabitha has to take care of, and if not fed, it could lose control of some sort. Okay, so, basically, I'm on Black Tabby Games has a Discord, and I'm on the Discord, so they announced, I think they announced it on the Discord, that they had released the Chapter 4 beta through their Patreon, which, like, there is, you do have to, like, pay for it. There's, like, a tier of support at which you get access to demos and alpha builds and stuff, which I did because I was impatient, but then I was sad because, like I said, there's very little content. But you do actually have an opportunity to go check out the greenhouse and see what's there in the very, very beginning of Chapter 4. So I will not spoil it more than that, but some information was revealed about what Tabitha is keeping in the greenhouse. And, you know, I'm already feeling bad about spoiling even that little bit, but it's like literally from the first 10 minutes of the chapter, so... Oh gosh, sorry. Let's see. Poor Tabitha. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Okay, I might go with the Kenai option here. Can we talk now? What do you know about this place? Tabitha. I mean, this is almost certainly the estate, and whatever we just saw probably happened in the Forbidden Wings, just based on the location of the windows. That half of the house has been off-limits for over a decade. I don't know what we just saw, okay? And I know what it sounded like here, but Charlie isn't related to us. I know that much, I think. Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place. Hopefully. Might have to take note for future lore runs. Fair enough. If nothing else, if you're not on the Black Tabby Discord and you are on Discord at all, I super recommend it just because there's a lot of, like, spaces to talk about, like, fan theories and stuff. It's really cool. You and Tabitha walk after Stella and into the darkness. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Tabitha. Ugh, I don't know how, but this feels so much worse than the last room. Stella. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. I'm gonna go with Kenai. We've got to be near the end, right? That music is the same song that started playing when Stella first showed up. Tabitha. Yeah, I think you're right. What a creepy scene to end things on. I can't believe that ghost is making Stella humiliate herself like this by doing a baby voice. It's embarrassing. Stella. I'll try to keep it away from my brothers so they don't smash it. Though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. Kenai. Oh, so that's why everyone's been moving so weirdly while they've been possessed, right? He's got a thing with puppets. Tabitha. He sure does. Stella. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, could we go to the towns along the beach? I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the beach. Tabitha. Look, we live in a state with some of the most gorgeous beaches, and we're stuck up in the hills. Okay, fair. Okay, Alexa, totally fair. You'll keep it in mind, but rather be a detective on your own with your brother. Yeah, no, that's completely legit, and that's also why I'm trying to not give spoilers, because I actually think it's more fun. It's, like, I'm gonna play Chapter 4 once it comes out on stream, but I'm gonna be careful to not, like, watch anyone else's playthroughs of it before then, because I do think it's a lot more fun to go in and try to guess for yourself, at least at the beginning. And also, oh, I realized just now you're talking about the Discord, but, to be fair, the Discord does have separated channels, and like, if you didn't want to talk about fan theories, you could avoid it, but, like, it's also 100% legit if you just want to, like, keep that as a fun thing to do with your brother. Like, that, and that does sound like a fun thing. Like, I have also, my sister also streams, and I've only gotten her to play part of this game with me, but, like, mostly I'm just saying I can relate on it is fun to share video game stuff with siblings. Anyway, Tabitha. I know the mountains are pretty, but of course folks who live up here would want to get away to someplace that's the complete opposite, right? Stella. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Tabitha. Silence. Kenai. You can see the tiniest shimmer of tears in Tabitha's eyes. She blinks, and they're gone. Tabitha. There! Are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Tabitha can get in another word. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. The trapdoor. Are we back in Rosalina's room? Tabitha. We must be. Which one of us is going to open it? I'm opening it. You carefully step towards the trapdoor. It creaks open all on its own. Tabitha. Oh god, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumble through the hatch. Charlie. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy together. Yeah, I just don't understand this, right? Like, I'm hoping we get more of an explanation on why she did this. Like, what about this led her to choose this path? Or even be forced into this path. Or feel forced into this path. Charlie. Eddie? Because she's clearly not happy about it. Like, you see the tear running down her face, but, like, she still does it. Tabitha. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Can't decide between whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Or the Kenai option. On the other hand, how do you know we're not related to Charlie? Tabitha. Easily. Edwardine had more than one child, and our grandmother, Marybelle, was the eldest. Shit. Okay, maybe I don't have a neatly constructed logical argument for why he can't be our great-grandfather. But someone would have told me. Ugh, why aren't these broken memories time-stamped? Tabitha. Ugh, what now? Stella. Do you repent? Kanika. Do you repent for your crimes? I am tempted to just be like, you gotta let this go, man. Get over it. But, I'm gonna go with, I'm sorry you died. Tabitha. Don't answer it! Oscar. You must answer for the crimes committed by your Scarlet blood. I really like the book smart option to argue out of it, but I don't have that here, so... I know this is called the Good Cousin run, but it does mean I'm also streaming partly so that people who don't want to, like, run through every possible permutation get to see other permutations. And so since this is the only run where I know for sure this can happen, I am going to probably go down the path wherein Tabitha sacrifices herself. So, it's gonna be sad though, because I actually really like Tabitha. Tabitha. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Avery. Until you do, I cannot die. Rosalina. I want to die. Please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. Kanika. All I ask for is for some of your years. Stella. To pay for the years that were taken from me. Tabitha. What are you saying? Alexis. My life was stolen from me. Avery. I want some of yours. Stella. It's only fair. Tabitha. No, it is absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. Oscar. The sins of the father, Rosalina, are to be laid upon the children. And I'm so sad that I can't argue my way out of this with anything but book smarts, just because, like, it's just so sad that he's repeating the same thing that he tried to argue against back in the day. Like, why should the sins of the father be visited upon the children? I think that's total BS, and I don't approve of it at all. Kanika. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Tabitha. Bullshit! Alright, I'm gonna go with the Explorer option. And what happens if we refuse? Stella. Then, Oscar. I will stay. Avery. I will stay until I get what I am owed. I'll do a no I don't understand, even though I definitely do understand. Alexis. You will live a shorter life. Oscar. And I will finally be satisfied. Mika. I will have justice. Stella. I will finally die. Rosalina. I will leave this house at last. How much shorter would my life be? Tabitha. You aren't seriously entertaining this thing, are you? Kanika. That isn't for you to know. Oh, no, don't worry about it, Alexa. Wi-Fi cuts in and out, it happens. Rosalina. Just as it wasn't for me to know. Stella. One day, sooner than you would like, you will die. The sentence, Kanika. The sentence has been handed down. Stella. Make your choice. Sybil. I hope I didn't come too late. Kanika. Mom? Sybil. All of you had better get out of here before the spirit regains its composure. This certainly is a strong one, isn't it? Don't worry about the others. They're safe. I got your call, Tabitha, but it was definitely not easy getting down here. Tabitha. Get us out of this pit, Sybil! Sybil. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone could stumble across it. Tabitha. Why is that our problem? Sybil. It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. Okay, I also think that is total BS. Like, I think the whole situation is pretty BS, but I don't like Sybil being like, Tabitha, you owe it to your cousin to be the one to volunteer to have years taken off your life. I don't think it's fair for either of us to have that, and I don't think it's fair to put that kind of pressure on her. Anyway, I should play a Booksmart run. Of all my 3 runs that I've done on stream, I haven't done one with Booksmarts yet, so I keep having to suffer through this choice. Tabitha. You must be joking. Sybil. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who's actually lived in this town. It's only right. Tabitha. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to the demands of some dead guy. Yeah, I really want to say I'm with Tabitha, neither of us owe this ghost a dang thing. But, okay, so I want to choose different options as much as possible, and of my 3 runs, in my first run, I did the sacrifice. In my second run, we left it. So, in my 3rd run, we'll see what happens when I do this. Rowan. Or that's me. I'm not leaving before I put this thing to rest. You take a step towards the spotlight. As you move forward, you feel Tabitha's hand on your shoulder. Tabitha. Rowan, what are you doing? Oh, man. I'm gonna go with Where are Oscar... Okay, I'll do the explore options first. Where are Oscar and Rosalina going to live if I don't do this? Tabitha. Is that what you're worried about? Good God, don't give up years of your life just for somebody's rental. I own properties. I can let them rent from me. I'll even throw in a discount. But the more prescient, or more immediate concern, what if someone wanders into the annex and gets stuck in this labyrinth of impossible rooms? Tabitha. Then we'll close up the library. It might just go away on its own, who knows? Why give up something like years of your life to some ghost who might not even be telling the truth? Yeah, I'm gonna do... It's okay, Tabitha. This is what family's for, right? Tabitha. No, I'm not letting something like this happen to you. Let's get this over with. As Tabitha steps into the spotlight, everything crashes to black. I like Tabitha so much, so I love the scene where she's like, nope, I'm not letting you do this, I'm doing it. Like, if the only options are you or me, it's going to be me. And it's just, because it means she likes you a lot. She doesn't want you to have to go through that, and it's just sweet. It means I've succeeded at being a good cousin. But still, it's a really sucky thing that Tabitha shouldn't have had to go through. And my character shouldn't have had to go through it. No one should have had to go through it. At the end of the day, it's all Enoch's fault. All the way down. Well, at least this jerk is leaving. Yeah, exactly. It's still sad when you see her all tired. You come to in a basement. It's cold and wet, and a mound of dirt sits before you. And the white streak in her hair and everything. Tabitha's hand breaks through the dirt. She claws her way out of the ground, gasping for breath. Sybil. It's for the best, dear. Tabitha, are you okay? Your cousin doesn't say anything in response. Is she okay, Sybil? Sybil. She's in shock right now. Having a spirit rip out a part of you isn't exactly a pleasant experience. She should recover, though. Mostly. Tabitha. Don't talk about me like I'm not here. Sybil. See? She'll be fine. Tabitha mutters something under her breath. Sybil. You'll be fine, dear. Just be sure to drink plenty of tea. Why her? Sybil. She invited you here. It didn't seem right that you should bear that kind of burden for the both of you. Where's everyone else? Sybil. They're safe outside. I felt it best to make sure they got out before anything else could happen. Good on the two of you for sorting out the unfinished business holding that poor creature here. This place is no longer a threat to anyone. How did you get in here? Sybil. Spirits like this are predictable. Once I understood what it wanted, it wasn't too difficult to see through its illusions. You step forward to peer into the pit your cousin clawed her way out of. Charlie's mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the pit. Sybil. The spirit's remains are down there, I assume? Yeah, there's a stone carving of some sort down there, too, just like the one I saw in the mines last night. Sybil. Fascinating. Perhaps it's linked to what happened here. Regardless, I'll make sure the body gets a proper burial. Oh man, the demon seals are definitely something. So, like, I don't know if you've seen the folks who make Scarlet Hollow also have, like, something else. I can't remember what it is, if it's like a tarot deck or something, or if it's like another game. Literally, I can't quite remember, but it's something where they show a bunch of the sigils from these and have them included as demonic crests. And this one down here was the demonic crest for greed. Hasn't been confirmed that that's canon to Scarlet Hollow, but just something to think about. Rowan. Come on, Tabitha. Let's get out of here. Tabitha stumbles to her feet and walks with you to the stairs. The ghost wasn't lying about wanting years of her life. The lines on her face now mark your cousin as on the cusp of middle age. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. Tabitha. I'm parked just over there. Let's head back. I feel like shit. Tabitha doesn't wait for a response, pushing past you and heading towards the car. Zane. I'm gonna peace out too. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See ya, Rosalina. See ya, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. Sybil. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you earlier in the night. I had no idea what you all were planning to do. Kanika. How were we supposed to know it would be like that? Sybil. Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now's not the time to be poking around in the supernatural. I thought you learned that lesson yesterday. It makes sense if it was greed, since there was no way to get him to not want years of Scarlet's life other than forcing him to move on. Yeah, no, that tracks. Anyway, Kanika. But magic isn't real! I mean, it's not supposed to be. God, that hurt. Everything is so sore. Avery. My bones were not meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Oscar. Rowan, is it... I can't decide between I knew Tabitha had a heart of gold buried somewhere under all the coal dust and grumpiness. Or... You all need to start being a lot nicer to my cousin. Or I'm not the one who wound up paying the price here. Oh gosh, this is actually kind of hard to pick. A lot of these are good options. I kind of want to be like, y'all need to be nicer to my cousin, but like, it might be more polite to be... Yeah, you know what? I'll just be vague about it. I'll go for the third one. I'm not the one who wound up paying the price here. Avery. So that really happened then. Tabitha actually gave up years of her life. Sybil. I'm afraid so. Everything in this world has a price, and those years were unfortunately what it took to put the spirit to rest. Kanika. I honestly can't believe it. Tabitha making a selfless decision for another human being. But she did, didn't she? She looks awful right now. Oscar. I don't know what to say. Tell her she has my deepest gratitude. And that I'm so, so sorry. I don't know how I can possibly make this up to her. And I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. I can't believe I let any of you go in there. How could I have been so careless? Yeah. You actually tried pretty hard to warn us about things, Oscar. None of us took you seriously enough. Oscar. Well, I should have done a better job warning you. I should have known how bad it could have gotten in there. I shouldn't have let Rosalina come with us. Rosalina. Dad, what did I tell you? Stop blaming yourself. You couldn't have stopped me. If you tried, we were just gonna sneak in after you. Alexis. Yeah, Rosalina was gonna make us go in there no matter what. Rosalina. You didn't put a ghost in our house. This is not on you. Sybil. I know you've both had a difficult time of this, but the storm has passed. Things will start getting better from here. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? Kanika. No idea. Avery. The words just came out. Oscar. There was no context. Nothing. But there was a weird feeling. Like an overwhelming guilt. Alexis. I was so angry. Rosalina. I was mostly just scared. Kanika. I didn't feel any of those things. I felt... I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. Avery. I was just cold. There was another carving in there. I wonder if those things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Kanika. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them on back-to-back nights? And if you and Stella are right and there's another one in the clinic? Oscar. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. Have you been finding carvings around town? Avery. This is news to me, too. Sybil. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There will be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Were you all conscious that whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Though none of them technically gave any of their years away, you can see how exhausted they are. How unsettled. Kanika. Yeah. Avery. It was awful. Kind of fun, too, but mostly awful. Oscar. I'm pretty sure we remember everything. At least up until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Kanika. Wait, are you serious? Should we be worried about her? He also crushed a ditchling with his bare hands. It was pretty scary. Kanika. I mean, they're kinda soft, right? They probably wouldn't be that hard to crush. Maybe? Oscar. There was something else in there? But that's someone else in there? But that's my house! Rosalina and I lived there. Kanika. Did he say anything else to you? Sybil. We don't need to trouble Rowan for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Kanika. Honestly, should we be more worried about Stella in general right now? She's just sort of standing there by herself. This isn't like her. I'm gonna go check in with her. You walk over to Stella. Stella. Oh, hey, Rowan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with... You okay? Stella. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. She hurries off down the road. I'm gonna go with... Should we go after her? She didn't seem okay. Kanika. Stella. Sybil. I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because someone goes chasing after her. If anything, it'd just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. Each and every one of you needs rest after what you've been through tonight. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. And don't pay too much mind to that drifter's empty threats. I'll make sure not a hair comes to harm on that girl. What was it like, being puppeted? They all glance away. Oscar. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Rosalina. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? Avery. I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. Kanika. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. Sybil. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. Oscar. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out, and there's still work to do to get Rosalina set up for the night. Sybil. Don't be a stranger, and let us know if you need anything, Oscar. Oscar. I will. Thank you, all of you, again. Sybil. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. Kanika. But... Sybil. Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Kanika. Okay. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. Sybil. Before I go... Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Rowan. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. You can't help but overhear snippets of their conversation as you leave. Kenai. Kanika. My whole body hurts. Mom, what was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. Sybil. It was a spirit, dear. I've never been a fan of the word ghost. Sybil. Continues. You'll be alright. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? Kanika. I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. Sybil. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. Avery. I guess it's just the two of us now. So, you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. Avery. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? Avery. As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So, you don't regret coming along tonight? Avery. Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days. But it was also kind of amazing for that. I don't know if that makes sense, but how many other people can say they were possessed by a ghost? I guess you finally got some shared trauma with everyone now. Avery chuckles, then grabs at their wrist, wincing. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? I know tonight was horrific, but it was also thrilling, and knowing we all went through it together, it makes it easier. There are people to commiserate with tomorrow morning when the soreness really starts to set in. Which reminds me, I'd better get back home. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. And, tell Tabitha I hope she feels better soon. See you around, Rowan. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. The ride back is nearly silent. Tabitha is visibly exhausted, her face drawn and pale. Fresh furrows had formed at the corners of her mouth and at the edges of her eyes, and her once uniformly sandy blonde hair is painted with streaks of white. Thanks, Tabitha. I mean it. Tabitha. We're family. We do things for each other. No need to thank me. Poor Tabs, indeed. I agree. I'm trying to not... I don't like asking the things that will make Tabitha more upset, so I am definitely not going to say, you know, I think this is actually a good look for you, because that just feels insensitive. What does it feel like? Losing years. Tabitha. It feels bad. I can't decide if I want to say... Because she already kind of answered, why did you step in? Because we're family. Yeah, I'll just ride in silence. You slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. As the car pulls up to the estate, you and your cousin wordlessly make your way to the foyer. Tabitha noticeably strains to open the front door. Tabitha. I've never been so tired in my life. I'm going to bed. Please don't get sucked into any more ghost dimensions before I can wake up and rescue you again. Are you okay? Tabitha. No, but I'll live. I'm sorry, I just feel absolutely awful right now. I don't think I can handle any more talking. I gotta sleep. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days, that's all. And then the bus comes. I haven't confirmed if this character is gonna try to stay in the Holler or not. So I'll just say, I'd like to stay in touch after all this is done. Tabitha. Silence. Maybe we could do that. It has been kind of lonely being the only Scarlet in our generation. It would be nice to have someone else in the family. We'll see how things go. Anyway, night. See you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your cousin's life. The specter of the night's events will linger over her for every day she has left, a grim reminder of the price she willingly paid for the crimes of a great-grandmother she despised. Maybe her decision will bring her peace of mind. Maybe she can still right the capsized ship of her broken life. Or maybe things will only spiral out of hand from here. Well, I hope it's the former. I'm certainly going to do my darndest to try and help it be the former and help her right the capsized ship. Because poor Tabitha. Alright, well, I think I will just overwrite here right at the end of the chapter. Alright, well, I will be picking this back up, so I don't manage it every Sunday, but I try to stream at Sundays, on Sundays in the afternoon, evening time, so either the time I started this one or later, but I don't make it every Sunday, but when I do, Sundays are for Scarlet Hollow, and I plan to rerun all of my runs. So, and starting with my favorite of my concept runs, which is the non-binary himbo. Or, as I like to call them, my thembo. So, yeah, so thank you, it was great meeting you and having you in the chat, Alexa, and I hope that you might be able to make it to some of my future Scarlet Hollow streams. And thank you to anyone else who has been, thank you. Thank you to anyone else who's been lurking, and thank you to anyone who's watching this later. I appreciate you all very, very, very much. And I will hopefully see folks later. Or see folks around in future streams. Bye!